Hello, pipe smokers. Tonight I am returning to Englishes for the first time in 6 months, probably. Tonight I am cracking open Balkan Supreme, something I haven't smoked in probably 9 months or so, and wanted to give it another shot. I've laid off the Englishes for a long time, but it's been staring at me, and I felt like I needed to give it another shot. I'm not going to rush through this video. I think I get it. I think I understand what I used to like about Englishes. There's a little bit of campfire there. It's not overpowering. I do like to smoke Englishes out of a church warden. It it reminds me of ouzo a little bit. It's a Greek uh, liqueur that has kind of a licorice flavor to it. An aperitif or a digestif. So in French parlance, aperitif would be a cocktail you'd have before a meal. A digestif would be a cocktail you have after a meal. In an English blend, if I had to pick one or the other, well, it's clear to me now. It's a digestif. This is something you would want after a meal, which actually raises a very interesting question. What tobacco would be a aperitif? What tobacco would you want to smoke before a meal? It couldn't be too strong. You wouldn't want a really heavy nicotine hit or nicotine blend before a meal. But at the same time, I don't smoke aromatics. I'm going to push this back. By the way, this is a chessboard here, as you can see. This is the modern defense for you chess players. What would be a good aperitif tobacco? Well, if you throw out all the aromatics, I would say probably like an Auric Golden Slice would be a good aperitif. Kind of awaken those senses, awaken your palate before a meal. When I think about what's in my cellar, and if I had a huge turkey dinner right here before Thanksgiving or something, and I thought about if I had to pick one bowl before the meal and pick one bowl after the meal, that's a tough one. That is a very tough question. But I do think tobacco does have that ability. I do have this kind of like a gut feeling that there are those tobaccos that would be good before versus after. Or some tobaccos would be good all the way through, before and after, and the next day, and the next day. I have an idea. Dunhill Flake. I think Dunhill Flake would be a good aperitif. I think Dunhill Flake would be, if you had a whole buffet of Thanksgiving food in front of you, I think Dunhill Flake would be a good smoke for a good hour as you're just watching that whole meal being prepared. It's a little bit of a ramble, I know. I really love this pipe, by the way. I've talked about it in previous videos, but church wardens, they got a soft spot for me. It's not about the fact that they cool the smoke down. It's it's really more about the relaxation. There's something about a long stem that just kind of makes you feel more relaxed. I don't know. Because it's long, it's almost like a rocking chair. Because it's so long, it kind of makes you want to lean back and smoke. As opposed to a poker, which, although I don't smoke this very often, I'm not a big poker fan, although I do like the aesthetics of a poker, it seems more of a huffer and puffer. You know, I'm working on something like a clincher. I'm working on a car, I'm working on something, sorry, I'm working on something right in front of me. I'm really into it, I'm really intense. The church warden has a totally different feel. Church warden has a contemplative type of feel to it. If I was reading a book or a Wall Street Journal or my book, I think a church warden would go better with reading a novel. I can't imagine smoking a poker and and reading Moby Dick. You know, I can't imagine reading any long prose with the poker. That's definitely the specialization of a church warden. On that note, two things that do go well together, I think, even if you don't really play well, is chess and pipe smoking. Both of them kind of conjure up a contemplative nature, I think, in yourself. Chess, it stresses some people out, but other people really like it because it forces you to concentrate on one thing and forget about everything else. When you're playing a chess game with another person, it's almost impossible to think about what you got going on tomorrow, what happened today, what you got to do the rest of the day. You're just so involved. It's in that sense, chess can be very relaxing. It can also be very stressful in a different way. But I played many a chess game while smoking a pipe. And those were good times. All right, that's it for this edition. I'll see you next time.